Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of This Is Why I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did the goldsmith quest. Off camera I grinded some more boar leather, or boar skin, just for this particular, where is it? There you go. For this particular adventure, also some raptor skin for later on. So let us begin the leather quest line then. Or continue, you know, the usual. Can you use that knife I gave you? Gods, no, it doesn't happen very often, but you've chanced to find me unoccupied. How about you show me what you've learned? Let's see you make 3 leather chokers. After all, there's more to our craft than simply tanning hides. And chokers are just about the simplest thing one can make. You'll need circles of leather and animal sinew to accomplish this task. Osgood can provide the sinew, and I'm sure you recall the method for making leather. I hope your technique has improved since last time. Now, while we have an ample stock of skins, there are other means of procuring your materials. Hunting for your own pelts, for instance. I know what I said about I know what I said about that before, but that was about assuming it was necessary. Choosing to do so is another matter. Indeed, it may teach you to appreciate the source of livelihood. Not all leatherworkers are wont to choose this method, but you are an adventurer, are you not? When you've finished your work, bring your chokers here for inspection. Yes. Right, so just 3 leather chokers. Which would be... there it is. I'm just gonna need, you know, 3 pieces of leather. I'm gonna be right back though, because I need to change something. Alright, now I've returned. I disabled Discord. So that I can do my freaking work. And not have to deal with having to edit out messages. Future me is gonna love this. I can guarantee you. I just hope that they're gonna, like, stay on screen long enough for me to properly notice. Like, that way I don't have to go through the entire video. If you're wondering the way that I edit my videos, I usually just, like, skim through a lot of my videos when I'm editing them. I'm not, like, playing through it all. It's also, like, honestly, because it's not like I'm... It's not like I'm professional in... Well, I guess I want to do it as professional as possible, I guess, but, like, not to the point that it would start to become really annoying, for instance. So... I'm giving enough effort. But I'm not going to go overboard, because then it takes the fun away, honestly. And it just starts to feel like work, and that's not what I want. I suppose there's no denying that these are leather chokers. If truth be told, an Oppo could have achieved similar results given skins, sinew, and time. Oh, but I don't mean to take light of your efforts. You fulfilled the order precisely as requested. A job well done. Now then, I will teach you something to supplement your learning. Through physical training, the body can be made strong and resistant to injury. Not so the throat, whichever remains a vulnerable point. Although a leather choker provides less protection than a metal gorget, its simple design makes it ideal for everyday applications. This simplicity also makes it an ideal choice for beginners practicing basic techniques, and for guild masters assessing their progress. As you are, you would make a passable leatherworker, one among the nameless multitudes who scrape a living out there. Whether you rise to become something more is contingent upon your efforts. Consider this amateur's all a reward for your efforts. You will find it an indispensable partner to the head knife as you continue your training. Now I must return to my work. If you chance to find me unoccupied again, mayhap I will teach you something else. Till then, keep your nose to the grindstone. Right. How are your techniques coming along? If you honestly think you've improved, then I have a new task for you. But before that, let me ask, you are familiar with the Fenil, I guess? Fenil? Fenil brand, are you not? Yeah. But of course, how silly of me. Even an adventurer hailing from distant lands should know the most famous brand of leather goods in Eorzea. Anyway, all goods sold under the distinguished Fenil name are crafted by none other than our leatherworkers. We've been tasked to fill an especially large order on short notice. And so our stores of hard leather are nearly depleted. I was considering how best to handle the situation when you arrived. I'm sure you see where this is going. We need a dozen circles of hard leather. As fast as you can make them. Quickly now, go. Right, 12 pieces of hard leather. To be made with hide. Hide, you fool. So an interesting situation happened just like a moment ago. You ever know the saying, like everybody knows the saying of like, you know, cats and dogs. So now I have a cat and a dog. So we're trying to get them to like know each other. And my god, just went downstairs with the cat. Dog decided to go and start barking because, you know, it's new and he's very interested and all that crazy shit. Cat was freaking out, climbed onto my back and then jumped onto the highest closet in the living room. And I can't get her off, so... yeah. Now she's just there, because I can't get her off at the moment. She's just gonna have to learn that it's safe to leave and then she'll just come back upstairs probably. Please tell me you've brought the hard leather. You. Well, well. These are better than I expected. It's more difficult to boil leather than to tan it, but the process results in a stronger, more durable product. These properties make hard leather the material of choice for those who prefer stouter armor. The fruits of your label shall serve the guild well, as training materials for new initiates. You seem troubled. Surely you did not imagine that your leather would be used in the construction of ffXIV goods? Oh gods no. Only our elite leather workers, handpicked by me, are permitted to make wares that bear the ffXIV name. While we had enough hard leather to complete the ffXIV commission, some of the materials used, despite being of excellent quality, were originally intended to be distributed as practice materials. As such, the initiate supplies ran dangerously low. Come now, there's no call to be disheartened. Do you not see that in furnishing the beginners with supplies, you have proven that you are no longer a beginner? You have given them that which they could not make themselves. When you first arrived, I would never have entrusted you with such a task. Make no mistake, you are improving. Why, at this rate, my great-great-grandchildren may yet commission you to make a shoe sole, or even two. Speaking of commissions, I think you've proven yourself sufficiently skilled to handle orders without my supervision. Go and see Gontrant in the Carline Canopy if you're interested in taking on a few guild lifts. You would gain much needed experience and earn yourself some coin besides. But enough chatter. Come and see me again when you have further refined your technique. Oh, and if you do make it during my lifetime, I dare say you'll find me in a more talkative mood. Ah, Lynn, you couldn't have come at a better time. We urgently need someone to craft a pair of hard leather caligae and a hard leather choker. Do you think you could handle both? To explain the situation, I had entrusted the commission to another leather worker, but found the quality of his work so wholly unacceptable that I had no choice but to demand that he start again. Naturally, I gave the fellow a sound dressing down, reminding him that he had dishonored the name of ffXIV, and so on, only for him to run off, bawling, leaving a trail of snot and tears in his wake. Needless to say, I was more than a little concerned. After all, there was a very real possibility that I was going to have to keep a customer waiting, but thanks to your timely arrival, everything will be put to rights. As I've already mentioned, I need you to craft the 2 articles in your overly sensitive colleague's stead. This will be your first task undertaken for ffXIV fineries. This is an opportunity few leather workers receive. See that you don't squander it. What is it? Troubled by the crushing weight of expectation? Well, you may cast your fears aside. You've done yourself credit thus far, carrying out my instructions with nary a complaint and taking all my criticism on the chin. I know you won't shame us. And even should the worst come to worst, I know you'll have the good grace to go before the customer and apologize in person. But enough talk. You had best get started if you're to complete the order on time. Right, hard leather caligae and hard leather choker. Hard leather caligae, bronze rivets, and hard leather. Big surprise, am I right? Let's go and make that hard leather. I'm going to make 2 of these because I'm going to need the other one for the choker anyway. Ba-da-ba. Right. And then the choker. You know, you've got the joker, and then you have the choker. Yeah. That's the best commentary I can come up with right now. Jesus. The 2 pieces are ready, you say? That remains to be seen. Trust me, you're gonna love this. The leather used is well made, and the articles look as they should. The construction is solid. Good. As you know, this type of leather is valued for its toughness and durability, yet these same qualities make it troublesome to work. An inexperienced leather worker often ruins the material with shoddy stitching and poor molding, resulting in a final product that is misshapen, brittle, and liable to fall apart. Your Caligae and Joker, however, bear none of the hallmarks of amateurism. Your construction is solid, and your leather has retained its strength. You have grown considerably as a leather worker, Lynn. Your latest creations attest to that. But you still have some ways to go. The clasps aren't securely fastened, and the stitching needs to be tighter. In short, you must learn to pay more attention to the details. These articles aren't quite fit to be placed into the customer's hands, but they can be salvaged. You have done your part well enough. I will see to the rest. In the meantime, I would have you attend to something else. It is an important duty, and one that is all too often overlooked by artisans, namely taking responsibility for falling short for expectations. In the guild's reception area, you will find an old Don gentleman named Sosobati, one of our regular customers. It is he who placed the order for the Caligae and Choker. I would have you go to him and kneel in apology for the delay. What the fuck is this place? / kneel. What in the name of the 12 are you doing? Do get up. What's that? My order is delayed, you say? Is that all? And there I was thinking something terrible had happened. It's quite alright, truly. I came here precisely because the Leather Workers Guild has never compromised on quality. This trifling delay only confirms to me that the principle still endures. Anyway, it is very kind of you to bring me word. By the by, your face isn't familiar to me. Are you new to the guild? So, Jiva herself is applying the finishing touches to your handiwork, even as you speak. Well, I dare say the guildmaster sees promise in you. Why else would she consider your work worthy of her personal attention? She is famous for having cut up far more experienced leatherworkers' efforts for scraps, and that before their very eyes. As for encouraging you to come and apologize, some may think that Jiva goes too far, but it is simply her way of educating her own on the finer points of business. As a native of Ul'dah, I may say with some confidence that it is an education worth enduring. Well, it has been a pleasure to meet a rising star of the Leatherworkers Guild, and that is no hollow flattery I speak. Your name is Lynn Adair, yes? I shall observe your career here with great interest. In fact, the next time I place an order at ffXIV Fineries, I shall make a point of insisting that you are given the job. Ah, there you are, Lynn. I hope you've been working on your technique, because I have a difficult task for you. Well, mayhap not as difficult as I originally intended. I thought to bid you prepare 100 circles of outcoat leather, but instead I want to gauge your aptitude for materia melding. You have at least a passing familiarity with materia, correct? Crystallized substance often used to enhance the properties of weapons and armor? I certainly hope you do, Lynn, because an experienced leatherworker is expected to possess the skills to melt materia to his wares. For this task, you will affix a single materia to a pair of goatskin leggings. What type of material you use is of no consequence. What matters is your ability to successfully attach it. And it goes without saying that you must make the leggings as well. To do so, you'll need cotton cloth and outcoat leather. Most cotton cloth is produced by the weavers of Ul'dah's sun silk tapestries, while outcoat leather is, of course, obtained from outcoats, which roam the deserts of Thailand. Lest you think I mean to send you all the way to the Sultanate, fear not. If you can obtain your materials by perusing the market boards or by eliciting the help of friends, by all means do so. That said, a trip to central Thailand might be warranted if you know nothing of materia. There's a goblin somewhere out there who's said to be the authority on the subject. Now, run along and get crafting, Lynn. Right. Goatskin leggings. 2 goatskin, like 2 outgoat leather and 1 undyed cotton cloth. You know, one thing that's always kind of interesting is like, if you go working outside when it's like fucking 2 degrees Celsius outside, then you like come back inside and I like start doing stuff on my PC and I just notice that my fingers are slow as hell. It's actually difficult to move my fingers. Goatskin leggings. Alright. Let's go and get another one. Now let me just go and grab one of these. Whatever. Actually, no. I want to hold on to these ones. I guess like quick arm I should also kind of hold on to though. Dang. Oh no. Determination. What does that stat do again? Determination? Damage dealt with physical and magic attacks as well as the amount of HP restored by hitting spells. Okay. Well, I do have 22 of these. I should be fine. You might be thinking like, what the hell is this dude even going on? This is related to the Realm Reborn relic weapons. Well, they could be worse. I don't know how long you've been about this adventuring business, Lynn, but did you know that leggings were once no more than strips of cloth or leather? It's true, we used to wrap each leg with a single long strip, from ankle to knee. Nowadays, of course, designs which extend to the thighs are far more popular. Soft, lightweight leggings like these provide the balance of protection and flexibility demanded by the wood whalers, the godscriver, and adventurers like your good self. Based on your leggings, I'd say you understood well the importance of these qualities. Not to mention the basics of materia melding. Indeed, if I were to judge your performance on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give you a 6. No, a 7. The remaining 3 points, you ask? Quite simple, really. Your leggings were made from skins, which were taken from living creatures. The Twelfthwood is filled with a wealth of life, which we leatherworkers must take in order to craft our products. Do you know how that outgoat lived? How it was killed and skinned? Do you understand how these skins find their way in our hands? To understand this process is to understand life itself. Those leatherworkers whose creations truly deserve to bear the name of Fenyi have faced this burden and accepted it. To them, it's simple truth. Or it's simply truth. Therein lies the difference between the good and the great. Your leggings are fine, then. It is you that needs improvement. Call me an incurable optimist, but I do not think it beyond you. Study your materials and learn their history. Practice your craft and keep discovering new techniques. That is still your path forward. And who knows, mayhap one day I'll allow you to represent the guild in an actual exhibition, and pit your skills against the finest craftsmen in all of Gridania. Of course, that day, should it ever come, is yet a long way off. Still, it is good to have a goal, however distant, is it not? Ah, he'll pay, I swear by Louis was beard. I'll tear the skin from his... Lynn, it's good you're here. Listen to this. An old land merchant has said about blackening the guild's good name. He claims that some toad leather we sold him is, and I quote, of inferior quality. Ah, you heard me, inferior, the god of the man, I swear to you. I would be the very soul of contrition if his allegations were proven true. But they just seem so utterly unthinkable. Why, he claims the leather was unevenly tanned and still reeking of toad slime. It's clear that whoever made that leather didn't know the first thing about working with toad skin. Which means that there's no way in the seven hells that it came from us. Believe me when I tell you, Lynn, I'll be deep in the cold, hard ground before... I'll be deep in the cold, hard ground before I permit such shoddy work to bear our name. The very thought of some two-gill hide mangler claiming to represent the guild makes me wonder... Gah! Ultimately, it doesn't matter that it isn't our handiwork. If our customers begin to suspect that our standards are slipping, and that we are not showing our materials the proper respect, our good name will be lost. and our many years of hard work will have been for naught. We cannot let that happen. Though I am certain we have done no wrong, we need to make this right. We'll settle this with a display of authentic craftsmanship. Prepare a circle of high-quality toad leather and bring it to me for inspection. Understood? I already have these. This will do nicely, Lynn. You clearly understand the unique properties of toad skin and how best to harness them. This leather is sturdy, flexible, and completely free of unpleasant odors. There is but one thing left to do. I want you to take this toad leather, march down to the collar canopy, and shove it in this Amar's face. Show the impertinent fool what real ffXIV quality looks like. Where am I going? Okay. For a second I thought I was going to take fall damage from that. Completely and utterly unacceptable. Shame on ffXIV and their vainglorious claims. How can anyone call this rubbish toad leather? About time one of you charlatans showed up. What is this, more toad leather? I demanded a full refund, not more of your... Wait, is this? By the 12th, I've never seen such exquisite toad leather. This would make an excellent belt or bag. Am I to understand that you're a producer of ffXIV goods? And you bring this to me by special order of the legendary Jiva herself? What in the world is the meaning of this? I am most terribly sorry, good lady. When a merchant told me it was Gridanian leather, I naturally assumed that that this Angerbotha was somehow affiliated with ffXIV. I should have known it was too good to be true. A fraction of the time, a fraction of the price, he said. Well, I certainly got what I pay for. I mean, I'd never ever heard of Angerbotha before, but everyone knows that Gridania is famous for... No more excuses. It is my responsibility as a merchant to evaluate the supplier. And my own damn fault that I purchased an inferior product. Reputation is everything in this world, and I fear I have unjustly besmirched your guilds. And yet, despite all that, the great Jiva saw fit to give me this exquisite letter. Well, I too have a reputation to uphold. This gesture cannot go unanswered. A request by you, my dear, cannot go unanswered. Good old Xenoblade. Why is the light in my room on? Bork, 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 bork. He's like, it's a cat, there's something over there. Excellent work, Lynn. That bastard Amar felt so appallingly guilty he rushed over here to beg my forgiveness in person. I've witnessed some groveling in my time, but this was a truly masterful display. Bowing, stuttering, sniveling, it had it all. Oh, how I wish you had seen it then. A proud Uldan merchant, humbled by a circle of toad leather. You've improved more than I thought. Now all I have to... Okay, I'm gonna be right back. Alright, cat and dog crisis resolved. Cat back in room. Everything fine. Now all you have to do is find out who's making this Angerbotha dross. Our contrite friend said that he had been told it was a New Gridanian brand, but no one here has ever heard of it. New Gridanian brand? It's obvious they mean to capitalize on our good name. I'd like to meet the man who made that toad leather. Actually, Lynn, should you happen across him on your travels, I'd consider it a personal favor if you would flay the skin from his back and make me a pair of soles, so that I can grind him into the dirt every single day. Okay. There you are, Lynn. Just the leather worker I was looking for. Well done. Well, sorry. Well, one of several I would consider asking, but that's beside the point. Anyway, I have a task for you. Mere moments ago, we received an older gentleman who demanded that we give him his commission priority. Needless to say, I refused him without hesitation and had him thrown out. In retrospect, however, I believe his forwardness may have owed more to desperation than mere impatience. Could you perhaps speak with this client on my behalf? I am told he was last seen heading east, in the direction of the market stalls. Of course, he may have gone further than that, but being an energetic adventurer, I'm sure you'll find him eventually. You are a leather worker. Thank you for coming to see me. I know that my behavior at the guild was inexcusable. Permit me to start from the beginning. I heard tell of a new brand of leather goods that was cheaper than ffXIV, but just as well made. Not being a wealthy man, I saw no reason to spend the extra gil, and purchased some of this Angar Botha branded leather armor for my boy, only to be disappointed. To an untrained eye, it may seem fit for purpose, but I served as a wood whaler for many years and could tell at a glance that it was no match for ffXIV weapons. Aye, they made it fast and cheap as advertised, but had I known the quality would be so bloody awful, I would have found the extra gil and gone to ffXIV fineries in the first place. I know what I ask is unreasonable, but my boy is about to enlist in the whalers, and I wanted to give him something that would last a lifetime. Something that his son could wear when the time came. I swear, that Angar Botha stuff wouldn't keep him alive long enough to even have a son. Please, would you make me a toadskin jacket? I see. A gift from father to son to be passed down through the ages. Only a well-crafted item could be expected to carry generations of memories and tradition. A toadskin jacket, was it? Well, after hearing such a tale, who could possibly refuse? Why are you looking at me like that? It was a rhetorical question, Lynn. I'm not a monster. You heard his words, so you know what's at stake better than anyone. I bet you make a toadskin jacket of the highest possible quality and present it to me for inspection. Toadskin jacket. Toadskin jacket, there we go. I need a single piece of elk coat. The amount of times that this freaking cat farts is literally the only annoying thing about this cat at the moment. Just like the constant smell of cat farts. Welcome to real life, people. It's not always as beautiful as you think. Remember what's at stake, Lynn. We need a quality toadskin jacket that can withstand generations of wear and tear. I dare say this is your best work yet. The spaulders and breast are made from the finest toadskin, and the goatskin backing alone would provide solid protection. It strikes the perfect balance between mobility and protection, and I can find no fault in it. Or with it. Aye, it's a fitting gift for a young whaler to be. I expect that Camelaine will agree. Take it to him, then. Why? Oh, why did I have to think about the gill? Everyone knows ffXIV goods are the best, and the best is no less than my son deserves. To think of him clad in that Angar Botha crap when he becomes a whaler. Ugh. Praise the matron! A toadskin jacket! I could not have hoped for such kindness, and his craftsmanship is beyond compare. In fact, I do not believe I have ever seen finer leather equipment in all my years. My son would be thrilled to receive it. A craftsman that had never known battle could not possibly have made a jacket like this. Tell me, miss, are you... But of course, even Jiva has seen fit to welcome capable adventurers like yourself into her guild. I hope you will continue to share your gift with the people of Gridania, and give others the opportunity to savor your work. And now we're going back. Don't you love maneuvering yourself around cities? Where you cannot mount up and fly around? Where you have to run everywhere? I can kind of understand why they would, like, not allow you to have mounts in here, though. I take it from my grin that Camelaine was satisfied. Glad to hear it. God, I'm getting fed up with this anger Bothak nonsense. First a dull-down merchant, and now this. Honestly, I don't know what idiotic plan they have in mind, but it's only a matter of time before word spreads. Quickly, cheaply produced goods may entice customers, but quality goods keep them. I wonder if they'll even consider participating in the exhibition. On the one hand, there's no better way to publicize your brand, while on the other hand, they must surely know that they're in no position to compete with real leatherworkers. But I do hope they try, Lynn. I would love nothing more than to see those Anger Brotha frauds get their comeuppance. To look on as artisans and merchants from every corner of Eorzea cast judgment on their works, and proclaim them a disgrace. Sluggards and slack, just a lot of them. Lynn, don't tell me you haven't noticed as well. Uneven seams, slipshod stamping, the work produced by the guild's rank and file in recent days simply isn't up to snuff. Whether it be the impending exhibition or this whole Anger Botha business that is distracting our craftsmen, I do not know. What I do know is that if they don't get their act together, and soon, we're at the risk of actually losing business to the charlatans. I will not stand idly by as a lack of discipline undoes the reputation that our guild has worked so long to achieve. Someone needs to remind these slouches why they became leatherworkers in the first place, and I've decided that person will be you. Yes, you, Lynn. Surprised, are you? Ha! I may question your skills, but not your dedication to our craft. Bring me the finest pair of boatskin boarskin ring bands you can craft, and show me that my trust hasn't been misplaced. It would be only the slightest of exaggerations to say that the future of this guild, not to mention your future, hangs in a balance. Now get to it, and show your good-for-nothing guildmates how it's done. Boarskin ring bands. Where are they? Where are they? Boarskin. Are they like up here? Yeah, because I need these, which is a level 36 recipe. So they should be in... Ah, I see. Right, I'm also going to need a piece of steel, so... I don't have that much steel left. Or the bit like... Oh, I actually have nothing left to make steel. I was wondering though, like, since I remember having something with steel. You can get bomb ash from killing the bombs, but it's RNG whether or not you get it. And I don't like that shenanigans, so you would rather just go and grab a miner. And just get it yourself. I just get it without having to deal with the RNG. I feel like I'm still gonna need a couple of pieces of steel, probably. At least for the leatherworker stuff. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm in any case just gonna gather. You know what, let's just go and do in King's Yield and... just get a sizable amount of this. There we go. 16 should definitely suffice. Back to no good editor. I do like that I have all of this leather still. I just in general like the fact that I have all of these crafting materials still. Makes it so much easier to do all of these quest lines. Right, let's go back to the Jiva convention. Let me also go and actually make the freaking steel. There we go. And then toadskin ring bands. Or boarskin, sorry, toadskin. We even wear toadskin in these days. I swear, these low-born fools. There we go. Well then, have you crafted for me the finest boarskin ringbands this guild has ever seen? No pressure, of course. Is that a smudge? One could hardly call this perfect. Fortunately, it's not perfection I sought of you, but pure, single-minded devotion to the craft. And from the moment I took this ringband in hand, I knew you had not let me down. Clearly, you possess a keen understanding of the ideal ringband. The boarskin, light, sturdy, and resistant to friction, is reinforced by steel links to afford protection without weighing down the wearer. Clumsily crafted ringbands have been known to distract those that would wield magic. Yours, however, are so well balanced that one might forget that she is wearing anything at all. This is a true accomplishment of leatherworking and will serve as a clarion wake-up call to any loafer content with churning out substandard work. I will be honest with you, Lynn. When you first came stumbling through our doors, I reckoned I'd have an easier time making you into a saddle than a respectable leatherworker. How pleased I am to have been proven wrong. You have risen to the challenge and become a model to the entire guild. Which reminds me, I have spoken to you of the Gridanian exhibition, yes? The day of opening draws near, and I must devote myself fully to procuring our new line of leather fashions. As this will afford me little time to devote to everyday affairs, I require someone to handle the more demanding commissions until the exhibition has come and gone. I've decided that you are the woman for the job. That's right, your next task will be to serve as my personal assistant. Don't even think about neglecting your training. Is that clear? Rolger, take me, of all the times for this order to come in. Here, have a look, Lynn. An order for a pair of boarskin smithy's gloves made by the guildmaster herself using her famous Jiva pattern to be delivered post-haste, no less. I bet a month's earrings that this oaf couldn't tell my handiwork from a goober's arse. But does that stop him from filing such a tactless order when I'm up to my ears in work for the exhibition? Apparently not. Post-haste? I'd deliver a slap upside the head post-haste if it wouldn't have been a negative... If it wouldn't have negative repercussions for the guild's business. Fortunately, my new assistant has arrived. Why, you, of course, Lynn. I did mention I'd be delegating work to you while I focused on the exhibition, did I not? What about the customer's conditions, you say? Bah, he'll get a pair of blood gloves made by the famous Lynn herself, and he'll like them just fine. I actually have these. In my... Wow. Have this. Nice. A smithy's glove must be sturdy enough to protect his hands from the fires of the forge. At the same time, they must be pliant enough so as to not hinder the precise movements needed to work fine steel. Crafted from boarskin, lightweight, tough and resistant to friction, this pair of smithy's gloves represents the best of both worlds. The simple design allows the 5 fingers to move with full range of motion, the ideal handwear for any capable smith. Your work has admirably captured each of these essential points. I am happy to sign off on it. You may deliver to Fenny Fineries without delay. What? The Jiva pattern? Do not worry yourself about such foolishness. Have I not told you that he will know no better? At any rate, off with you. Even a fool of a client is a valued customer. My very first pair of custom-made smithy's gloves, made by the famous guildmaster Jiva to boot, are set to arrive from the Leatherworkers Guild any moment now. Can hardly wait to try them on. A delivery for me, you say? Oh, do hand it over, and quickly, if you would. Now what have we... Hogglitz to Hornet and Byregott's my uncle. If this isn't the finest, most comfortable pair of gloves I've ever laid eyes on. And to think they are the... What's that you said? I'm but a simple blacksmith, but I can read your face. Admit it now, you would demand a higher price for such impeccable craftsmanship. That's it, yes? No. Really? What's that you say? These gloves are not the work of Jiva. Why, I never... I could just... I couldn't give two shits about that. Friend, I don't know a damn thing about your leather workers and your patterns. A fellow smith assured me that Jiva's gloves were of peerless quality, and that was enough for me. Placed my order the same day, sight unseen. And I'm glad I did. For you have brought me the most comfortable pair of smithy's gloves I've ever had the pleasure to own. You and the Guildmaster have my utmost gratitude. Another satisfied customer, yes? I told you that you worried for Notlin. Oh, I suppose you're still curious about those Jiva patterns, aren't you? Allow me to explain. Some years ago, good onions took quite a fancy to a toadskin bag of my design. So popular were the bags that they quickly sold out, driving prices up to prices. What do you suppose happened next? Greedy artisans sought to cash in on my success. Toads were hunted nigh to extinction, and a host of imitation bags flooded the markets. I was devastated as a proud leather worker and lover of nature both. But what could I do? For weeks, months, I struggled, yet felt powerless against the forces of greed. That's when it struck me. Even if I could not stop others from copying my creations, I could at least ensure that their work was not needlessly destructive. I swore a vow that the next line of Jiva toadskin bags would be made with an eye towards economy, and that the pattern used to craft these wares would enable inexperienced leather workers to reproduce my designs with minimal waste. Do you see now, Lin? Artisans worthy of the Fen Yin name do not need to rely on Jiva patterns. They already respect the natural world, to which we owe our livelihood. This is something that cannot be taught, yet it has clearly awakened within you. Which is why I did not hesitate to entrust you with this task, and why you can expect many more to come. Well, if it isn't Lin. Now, you have the look of a leather worker who could do the work of 3 women. And thank the 12 for that, because 3 of your good-for-nothing colleagues just walked right out of the door, leaving 3 commissions of the highest priority unfilled. A pair of raptor skin fingerless gloves, a raptor skin torch, and a raptor skin choker. I need them, and I need them on a double. The promised dates of delivery, you ask? Yesterday, last week, and 4 fortnights ago, in that order. To make amends for the delays, I've personally assured each of our clients that their items will be of peerless quality. I trust you will not keep them waiting any longer than necessary. Okay, fingerless raptor skin gloves. Let's go and give it this raptor skin torch, though. I'm going to need oak lumber and mithril rivets. Mithril rivets. Let's go and start putting in a little bit more effort. Alright, fingerless raptor skin gloves. Yes. 2 raptor skin, 1 boar, or 2 raptor leather. 1 boar, so 2... Jesus Christ. I have the memory of a goldfish sometimes. Then a piece of boar leather, and then another, I think it's gonna be mithril rivets, but I'm not 100% sure. Cobalt rivets. These should be in here somewhere. There they are. So look at my little station over here. If you haven't noticed, like any of these big weapons that you get, like big tools that you get, come with their like own little crafting station. So I'll check those out. Like I'll show those off at a later point. Like when I'm done with, crafting all of these. Like finishing all these crafter things. Right, and then I need a raptor skin choker. Which requires... Actually, I already have that. I'm not wearing those, so... At least I don't think so, yeah? Raptor skin choker is level 45. Alright. Here is this. Here is this. And now the choker, I need to figure out if this is... Okay, it's a part of my gear, actually. So let's just go ahead and make one. It's relatively easy to make, so. Better that than to, you know, take a gear that is being used still. There we go. I hope that that was the one that I wasn't wearing still. Jesus fucking Christ. Here. Yes, I suppose these will do. The skin of the fleet-footed raptor boasts both the superior flexibility and exceptional ruggedness. The rub, of course, being that it is by no means easy to work with. Fingerless gloves are the choice of many a warrior for allowing the fingers to better grip their weapon. Thus do weapon and wielder become one. A well-crafted choker affords superior protection without impairing breathing or causing undue discomfort. And the torch, at first glance, a means of defense. In times of need, it can be employed to intimidate or even injure one's foes. I presume you were well aware of this. The quality of your work speaks to a sound understanding of material and implementation alike. I see no reason that these items be kept from their purchasers any longer. Deliver them with all speed. The gloves to Pimo Nelha at Nofikos altar, the torch to Lurik at the Carline Canopy, and a choker to a new client by the name of Nago Jawentel, or Jawentel, whatever. You find her at the Shaded Bower. With that, I can finally, or the Shaded Bower, I don't know. With that, I can finally return to my work for the exhibition, and I swear the next person who dares to interrupt me will see their hide made into the centerpiece of my display. Right, now I have to run to all these different people. There goes me, thinking that this was gonna be going even faster. Oh well. I think I'm gonna let this episode run a little bit longer so I can just finish this one. And then off camera I'm gonna gather some stuff for the Weaver. Hold it right there, you loafing leatherworker. You'll take another step until you explain why your guild has yet to deliver the choker I commissioned moons ago. And it had best not be another overworn excuse. Lest I take my business straight to Anger Brotha and tell all my friends to do the same. Here. Why, this choker? I've never seen such... I mean, bah, a choker is a choker. My battle-scarred papa could fashion the likes of this with his one remaining arm tied firmly behind his back. You brazenly neglect your client in favor of designing frivolous fashions for some ridiculous exhibition. Then expect pay for shoddy work delivered behind schedule? The arrogance of you self-styled artisans knows no bounds. I hear that even your guild's own have had enough of Guildmaster Jiva and her nonsense. Mark my words, the Leatherworkers Guild is finished. Customers these days want speed and value for their guild, and your lot offers neither. Wow. Wait, I recognize you. You're one of Jiva's subordinates, yes? Have you perchance come to deliver my gloves? What craftsmanship! Why, it's as if these gloves were tailored to fit each of my fingers. This is precisely why I would never think to obtain my protectives from anywhere other than the Leatherworkers Guild. For Jiva to maintain this level of quality with the exhibition at hand is no small feat. Right, and then the other one is at the thing. The Carline Canopy. You have the look of a leather worker. You have the look of a leather worker. Might you know why my commission has been delayed? I've been waiting for my torch for a week now. This is exceptional. No apologies needed, my friend. For a torch of this quality, I'd gladly have waited twice as long. Which is why these rumors of mass resignations are so distressing. What could have what could have possessed good, honest leatherworkers to abandon their craft? Jiva. Jiva and her shenanigans. Quite simple, really. Right. I'm pretty dang sure that not all of, like, I'm not gonna be able to do this for all of the remaining crafts there. Unfortunately. Right. With that I mean, like, you know, doing it in one episode. Nago said, what speed and value? That mutton-headed Mikote wouldn't know a well-crafted choker if I used one to wring her scrawny neck. That said, even I must admit there is some truth to her words. No self-respecting customer, or guild, sorry, would seek fame and fortune at the exhibition, while valued customers suffer undue delays for goods purchased with honest coin. I wish it had not come to this, Lynn, but my decision is made. The Leatherworkers Guild shall withdraw from this year's exhibition. There are customers out there who appreciate the quality of our guild offers, and we must see them well served. There will be other exhibitions, but trust once lost is not so easily regained. In any event, you have proven yourself a loyal leatherworker today, Lynn. I thank you. Oh, for the love of Lynn. You picked a fine time to show up, and for once I am not being sarcastic. I am in quite a predicament here, and you just might be able to help. What sort of predicament, you ask? Only the sort in which I have several hundred deliveries to make before the next bell, despite having just the 2 legs, you see. Withdrawing from the exhibition has freed me to devote my efforts to filling guild commissions. That is all well and good. The problem is that I now have more clients than ever, none of whom take kindly to being kept waiting. Bah, for every moment we waste chatting, risk losing a valued customer. Make yourself useful and take this choker to a client waiting at the Whistling Miller on the double. Run, Lynn, run! From the guild, yes? Have you come to deliver my choker? Add a few spikes and a leash, and this would kill at parties. What? Anyway. True guild quality as ever. Yes, all the time and effort put into this piece is painfully evident in the overwrought nature of its design. We've only just met, but you strike me as a smart young woman, hence my offer. What say you bid farewell to your fruitless life as Jiva's lapdog and come work for me? Who am I, you ask? Why, none other than the founder and proprietor of Angarbotha Apparel and Accoutrements, Gudanian's premier producer of leather goods. As a clever woman like you has doubtless surmised, many of your more ambitious colleagues have already abandoned the Leatherworkers Guild to bring their prodigious talent to Angarbotha. And why wouldn't they? Who wants to waste precious hours learning how to stitch the perfect seam when a serviceable one will suffice? Not I, that's for certain. Angarbotha products are just as durable as Jiva's overrated rubbish, crafted in half the time for a fraction of the cost. Should you have any doubts, I invite you to come by the exhibition and judge for yourself. Such a shame that the Leatherworkers Guild will be absent from the competition. I was so looking forward to defeating dear Jiva this year. Ah, well. For all her faults, clearly the woman had sense enough to see that she was fighting a lost cause. Ta-ta, friend, and remember my offer. What an asshole. I like the name, Suff-a-Ring. Nice. You're back, Lynn. Another moment too soon. I've just heard a most distressing rumor. Word about town is that renowned leatherworkers from across the realm are withdrawing from the exhibition at an alarming rate. Should this continue, Angarbotha will have a clear course to win top honors. Curses. It pains me enough that I cannot represent our guild in the contest. but the thought that those talentless hacks could claim the prize that is rightfully ours. What's that? Dowd, or Deuce. Dawid, I guess. Dawid of Angerbotha was the client who commissioned that joker. If I had known, I'd have delivered it in person and taken the payment out of his lousy hide. Oh yes, the two of us go back quite a ways. He was an adventurer and aspiring leatherworker, not unlike yourself, Lynn. We had a bit of falling out, though. I remember it like it was yesterday. He strolled through that door wearing a shite-eating grin and holding a jerkin that looked like it had come out of the wrong end of an outcoat. I told him as much, and the next morning he ran back out the door bawling like a child. That was the last I saw of him. His story efforts weren't worth the height they were made from, and now he fancies himself a fashion magnate? Or magnate? Small wonder the Angerbotha attire looks something even a goblin would be ashamed to wear. The sad state of affairs is not all customers are so discerning. Like what? The sad state of affairs is that not all customers are so discerning. What's worse, even Angerbotha takes top honors at the exhibition. Then their wasteful practices will be vindicated. Slipshod, I think. Slipshod, yeah, whatever. Craftsmanship and butchery will become the norm. I will not allow this to happen. Lynn, listen carefully, for I mean to give you your most challenging task yet, if not ever. You are to represent the Leatherworkers Guild at the exhibition and put that charlatan in his place. A raptor skin jerkin of peerless quality melded with a gatherer's grasp materia of the 3rd grade. This will be your submission. No simple task, but as one who has taken her lumps and paid her dues, I believe that you have it in you. The exhibition is to be held at Miketo's amphitheater. A Stain has been charged with accepting submissions. Once your work is complete, deliver it to her with all speed. Okay. Yeah, I have one of these, but this is like my actual gathering stuff, so. 2 raptor, 1 boar. That's not enough. And then also a piece of felt. Which I am not sure if I can actually make. Yep. Pain. Just give me a moment. I think I'm just gonna buy a piece of felt at the market board. Either that or maybe some fleece to see how expensive it is. I don't really care too much at this point. Let's see. Undyed felt. Oof. Fleece? Oof. You know, I don't really care too much. Yeah, whatever. So be it. And I'm gonna need some natron too. There we go. Oh, would you look at that, don't have a fluorescent part. Let's see. This works well enough. I'll need to gather some of these things off camera anyway. A pinch of natron. And then let's go and make one of these. And then back to Leatherworker for that raptor skin jerkin. Okay. There we go. Right, now if I am lucky, we might have the material that I need in here. Gatherer's grasp. 3. Let me just go and grab this for a moment. I did not, whatever. Just going to split one off and throw this back in there. Yep. Gatherer's grasp 3. Okay. Let's go and melt. And there we go. And then we go to the Mikoto Amphitheater. Well, the episode runs long. Hello. What's that you say? You wish to submit one of your works for the exhibition? Then pray hand it over without delay. The judging is about to commence. Consider yourself fortunate. Had you come a bell later, the contest would have already been over. I must say I am relieved. There are far fewer entrants in this year's exhibition compared to past ones. And when I heard that the Leatherworkers Guild would not be participating, then you'll be happy to hear that our plans have changed. Guildmaster Jiva, do tell me that you've decided to compete after all. Our guild will be represented, yes, but by Lynn here. What an unexpected turn of events. But I must hurry, the exhibition is about to begin. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you have all been waiting for. The judging for the for best leather apparel will now commence. It would seem that an unprecedented number of last-minute withdrawals have left us with precious few candidates worthy of top honors. Nevertheless, we will proceed as planned. Our next finalist is this lovely raptor skin jerkin, painstakingly crafted by an artisan of Angerbotha apparel and accoutrements. Judges, if you would. The cut is rugged, yet serviceable. It would seem that numerous skins were layered to afford maximum protection. Function over form. A lancer cannot help but applaud such craftsmanship. The tanning work is clumsy, but the sturdiness of the piece cannot be denied. In times of war, speed and practicality are virtues. I would say that it is worthy of consideration. As faithful as ever, I see. How many raptors did you butcher to create that misshapen mess? Ah, Jiva, fancy meeting you here. Stand back and watch as that misshapen mess is named best in show. Our next and final piece is this last-minute entry from the Leatherworkers Guild. You look pale, Druid. Or Druid. Druid. What's the matter? I take it you weren't expecting actual competition? Oh, why, this is positively stunning. One can almost feel the raptor's very life force exuding from this jerkin. Not a single seam out of place, and not a single cut of the hide wasted. This piece was clearly crafted with a profound respect for the beast whose life was taken to create it. It offers superior protection to the Angerbotha piece, while at the same time allowing for greater freedom of movement. This jerkin would be a proud addition to any archer's armory chest. In my line of work, I have seen many an adventure come and go. Rare is the one who possesses the aptitude and diligence demonstrated by the creator of this piece. Ladies and gentlemen, it would appear we have a consensus. By unanimous vote, the award for best leather apparel goes to Lynn of the Leatherworkers Guild for her exquisite raptor skin jerkin. David of Angerbotha apparel, I presume. We are investigating numerous accusations of harassment, extortion, counterfeiting, and poaching. If you would be so kind as to come with us, so that we might discuss these allegations in private. Well then, it seems our work here is done. Let us return to the guild. Wahoo! I must confess, Lynn, until I saw your jerk with my own eyes, I was not entirely convinced you had it in you. But you did. From this day forth, I am proud to call you not apprentice, but peer. As for me, I can finally return to my own work free of headaches and distractions. Though as luck would have it, we have a veritable legion of erstwhile Angerbotha defectors knocking at our doors, looking to rejoin our ranks. They think their false tears and trite words of remorse will earn them my pity. I'll send them straight on their way and lop a square off their hindquarters for good measure. Or so I once might have done, but who among us has not erred? Even I have been known to make mistakes, albeit rarely. And so I will give these turncloaks a second chance. But mark my words, any who as so much as thinks of crossing me again can look forward to a new life as a supplier. The life of a guildmaster is fraught with frustration, yet I would gladly deal with 1,000 hapless apprentices for even the slimmest hope of seeing one flourish as you have. With your triumph at the exhibition, your goods are sure to be in demand across Eorzea, but you must never forget how you achieved your success. Unflagging dedication to your craft and a deep respect for the lives you must take to perform it. Remember always the value of Fen Yi, and I have no doubt that you will do us proud wherever you go. There you go. Questline complete. Bingo. Bingus. Alright, my friends, I am going to end it off over here. I hope you enjoyed this episode of this. I was playing Final Fantasy XIV, and next episode we're going to go and deal with the Weaver quest line, or at least either most of it or all of it. It totally depends on how long it's going to take. Anyway, goodbye.